It's become an out-of-body experience, like my brain and body are at odds with each other. My brain is telling me it's no big deal, I can pick up the toy, while my body is throwing it across the room. I know it's my broken brain that's making the decisions for my body, but there's a part of it that's also saying, Greta, what are you doing? My days usually start out well. I wake up and I'm able to get the kids ready for school, even keeping my cool while the minutes drag on and my daughter's breakfast is still sitting on her plate. While they're in school, I'm good. I can get stuff done, even if all I really want to do is take a nap. But man, the evenings are hard. The evenings are when every little thing has built on the other, like a towering pile of stuffed animals after the kids have cleaned their rooms. One night not long ago, I was at the place in my head where that tiny little stuffed bunny was the last thing the tower could handle, and everything was about to come crashing down. The dishes were piling up. One of the kids was staring into space instead of writing in her journal. The leftovers from supper were still on the counter, and I lost it. I threw the dirty pan across the room, went to bed at 6:30, and didn't talk to my family until the next morning. And weekends, if it's Saturday afternoon and I say I'm going upstairs, that's code for, I need time away from you people. I need a couple of hours. If I don't get them, I'm not certain all 6 of us are going to see Monday. My depression started after I had my second baby almost 9 years ago, and has been on and off since then. Things blew up around the holidays. I had stopped taking my antidepressants a few months earlier, when they literally made my skin erupt into giant cystic acne. What 35-year-old woman who's been teetering on the edge of insecurity since she was a teen has time for that nonsense? There are just some side effects that you cannot accept, you know? And my moods were pretty stable, of course, because I was on antidepressants. But the stress of the upcoming holiday season started to wear on me, and saying I started not being able to be the mom I needed to be, is a huge understatement. By the time December came around, I had 0 patience for my kids or my husband, and was regularly blowing up in what can only be called adult temper tantrums. I could feel the anger that was completely uncalled for most of the time, by the way, taking over my headspace more days than not. I knew something had to give. My life was not going to get any less stressful. My to-do list was most definitely not getting any shorter. Things were only going to get worse if I didn't get the help I needed. I found a counselor and started regular therapy sessions, and that counselor persuaded me to talk to someone about getting back on antidepressants. A different one, of course, and that made me nervous. But several weeks later, I'm handling things. I'm functioning. I still have bad days when my patience well is nearing empty and my fuse is very short. But for the most part, I can take this mothering thing in stride. It's not easy to talk about, but I know now that as a mother and wife and caretaker of a family of 6, I need help. I've always known that I needed support from my close friends and family, but I've come to realize that I also need the kind of help that comes in a bottle. And you know what? That's okay. I'm not Supermom, and I don't know anyone who is, all things told. It's hard for us moms to ask for help or even admit when we need it. But the best thing that we can do for ourselves and our families is to recognize that we can't do it alone and we don't have to.